I'm Amber.
Hi, I'm AJ, and welcome to Mountain Traditions Homestead.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Mountain Traditions Homestead. Today we're excited because we're getting ready to start some seeds finally for our 2021 garden. It is cold outside, it's rainy, so this will be a good way to get rid of the winter blues right now. We're going to be starting peppers today. We are 12 weeks from our last frost date here in Virginia. We're in zone 6A, so we're going to be starting our peppers. I like to start those pretty early. Last year we started them the same time as our tomatoes, and they really needed a little more time, and also we set them outside right after our last frost date with our tomatoes, and they got stunted a little bit because we got some cool weather at night and some rain for about 2 weeks after we planted them. So this year we're going to be more proactive, go ahead and start them so they're more established, and I'm not going to set them out quite as soon either. I'll show you our process for that, but first I just wanted to show you how we plan everything out. The very first thing that I do is go through all my seed packets and figure out what we want to plant for the year. And then I will make a list. I'll break it down by type. I've got beans, snap peas, peppers, tomatoes, carrots, all that written out. And then I go through and decide how many of each plant that I want to start. That will include enough for our family and enough to give away or maybe sell at a farmer's market if we get to do that this year. So I'll go out and write, like by all my peppers, I plan to start 10 of each kind of pepper. And so I'll start a few extra than 10 if I want to end up with 10, because last year our germination rate, especially on our bell peppers, was not that great. So we're going to start some extras to try and get that full 10 amount out, and then that way if we have a few extras we can share with other people. So I'll go through and write like all the peppers I've got times 10, Black Beauty eggplant I've got times 2. That way I can figure out how many cells that I need to start everything, and anything that's direct sown I'll go ahead and write out DS beside of it for direct sown. So that's how we decide how many of each plant that we're going to start. Then the best way to keep up for me with when to start everything is I keep a book. This is our little Homestead Calendar, and I will go through, I keep everything in here about meat chickens, when we bred rabbits, all that kind of stuff. But the main thing you'll see is I've put little sticky notes. I've started, today is Valentine's Day, the 14th, and that is our 12th week before our last frost date. So I'll go through and put week 12, next week will be week 11, the next week 10. So that way I've got all my weeks already planned out, and I know each week how many weeks I have until that last frost. So that being said, I took baggies and separated all of my seeds, everything that needed to be started 12 weeks, which is today before our last frost date. I stuck a sticky note that says 12 weeks, put it in a baggie, and so on for all the other plants. So for me, that's the best way I could figure out to organize it and not be trying to figure out when to start what, and I could just come, grab my book, grab the little bag of seeds, and get to sowing. So that's just a little tip. We didn't do that last year, and everything was kind of just hit it running as we went, and they can get a little disorganized that way. And I think it's just better success if you have a little bit more planning involved. So that being said, we're going to start some peppers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I said I wanted to start, or I wanted to end up with 10 plants of each pepper. So I'm going to be using 25 of these 36 cells today. And I'm just going to take my little dauber here. I got this in a pack with some markers for the plants for, I want to say, around $12. It came with 100 of these, which are reusable. You can wash them off, even with permanent marker on there. And then it comes with a couple little tools, including this. peppers, they want to be started about 1/4 of an inch, so I'm just going to barely put a little hole. They don't need to be deep at all. Alright, I've got 25 little holes put in my soil there. And what I'm going to do is sprinkle about 3 peppers per cell. And like I said, we might end up with a few extras, and if we do, that's great. First thing I'm going to be doing is Corbacchi peppers. These are from Baker Creek. We've got a video that I'll link up above here for you guys to watch of everything that we're growing this year if you're interested. But we'll just drop 3. Like I said, we had problems with peppers not wanting to germinate last year, so we're just planting the extra in each cell. And I got out just enough seeds. How about that? Alright, now I'm just barely going to cover them back up. So now we've got all of our seeds in the soil, and I have pulled up, I showed you guys these trays on our seed starting supply video, but this will give you a better idea. The tray lifts out of the bottom there, so the cells are all individual, and you can see how deep they are. Actually, I'm surprised how deep they are. I'm glad about that. That way you don't have to up-pot them quite as quickly. But anyway, we've scooted it out so I can pour some water in here, and that's how we're going to water our seeds, bottom watering. That's best for your seeds. It doesn't disturb your seeds. It prevents, if you've ever grown plants from seeds before, started them indoors or in a greenhouse, if you water them over the top, sometimes they'll get like a mold or a fungus or something on them. This will prevent that. So we're just going to fill up the bottom tray, and I'm going to fill it pretty full. And they will soak up this water as they need it. So I'm going to go get some more water, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got a good bit of water in there. I'm just going to set my seeds back in it completely. And I'll come back and check this again in just a little bit. And probably add some more water. Alright, another thing I wanted to mention is I do have these on a heat mat. Peppers love heat. That's why if you set them out too early and you're somewhere where there's still some cool weather, they will stunt. So we've went ahead, since it's February here and it's still pretty cold, we're still building fires every day, all day. I've got a heat mat under there. Got it at Royal King also. It was about $25. I think that's pretty average on a price of what you pay for them at a box store. I have seen them on Amazon for as low as $13. I'm not sure if that's the size that will fit a whole seed tray or not, but I just went ahead and grabbed this one because I needed it now, and I didn't think I had to order it. So that's something we didn't do last year that we're adding this year. So I've got my shop light on here. All the seeds are watered on a heat mat, and we have a little heater running over here on the floor. We do heat with wood, and this room, it's our office seed start and extra storage room. Junk room, everybody's got one. And we do keep it shut a lot of the time, so the heat doesn't get in here well. So we do have a little heater running to keep it a constant temperature in here. So these should germinate within 7 to 10 days. So when they do, I'll bring you guys back and show you what kind of luck we had with them. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in a comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. That would greatly bless us, and we would appreciate you doing that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.